Hello, good friends, and welcome to Kelly's Wordy Reactions, where I review content and videos that I find interesting, then react and provide my commentary. If you would, please hit the thumbs up and like the video as you come in. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Feel free to hop into the comments while you're here or just sit back and listen. Whatever you decide, I want to thank you so much for stopping by. Now, let's get this show on the road. All right. So today, what I wanted to look at is the progress that's going on with the Diddy trial. And actually, he's not in trial just as of yet. Let me get my banner going. Yes. Look at that color. I like that a lot. I tried to match up the color of my banner with the color that's kind of like within this background. And I really like that. Okay, looks like I did a pretty good match. All right, so let's go ahead and so we're going to look and see what's going on or what has been going on within the Diddy jury selection. So that's where we are in his process, or excuse me, that's where he is in his process. He's at the jury selection phase. And so today he was on phase 2. And so let's go and see what has been going on today. So, jury selection for Sean Diddy Combs' federal sex, said the word, ex trafficking trial is progressing in Manhattan federal court with expectations to conclude by Wednesday, May 7th, 2025. So, it looks like they're going to wrap up this jury on tomorrow, May 7th. The trial, overseen by Judge Arun Subramanian, is set to commence with opening statements on Monday, May 12th. Combs faces a 5-count indictment alleging racketeering, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and trafficking between 2004 and 2024. He has pleaded not guilty and remains incarcerated with bail at the Metropolitan Detention Center, or I'm sorry, I was going to say with bail, and how much amount? How much is the amount? Uh, Without bail, I'm sorry, at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. All right. So jury selection highlights. So extensive questioning. They've been having very extensive questioning going on within this selection process. Over 2 days, Judge Subramanian and attorneys questioned dozens of prospective jurors to assess potential biases. The pool has been narrowed to approximately 35 individuals, with the final selection expected to reach 45 jurors. They've had dismissals for bias. Several jurors were excused for expressing prejudices, including those influenced by media coverage, such as a 2016 video allegedly showing Combs assaulting his former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Others cited personal vulnerabilities or biases, such as fainting at discussions of X topics or distrust of law enforcement. And then they've also had celebrity witnesses as part of this jury selection highlight. So or the prosecution has indicated, I'm sorry, that celebrity figures, including Kanye West, Michael B. Jordan, I'm sorry, I saw a alert. Michael B. Jordan and Mike Myers may be called to testify. Cassie Ventura is confirmed to testify, and Combs' defense team has added attorney Xavier R. Donaldson to their legal representation. All right, so we know some people have been, they might testify, and some people may testify, and then um, Cassie is a shoe in. She's definitely testifying. And the defense, which is Diddy, has an additional attorney, Xavier R. Donaldson. Okay, so I want to get into this a little bit since I did talk about it on yesterday in my Diddy update, so to speak. So here's why Michael B. Jordan's name came up during jury selection for Diddy's trial. All right, Michael B. Jordan will not be called to testify at Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking trial, even though potential jurors were asked if they were familiar with the actor. Jordan, or Michael B. Jordan, will not be a witness in the trial, a source tells People. So, a source tells People. Now, we got to take this with a grain of salt because this is, I don't know if that source was somebody from the prosecutor's office or not. So, we'll see. But the news was first reported by Rolling Stone. Jordan was one of several celebrities, including Cassie Ventura, Kanye West, Mike Myers, and Kid Cudi, that jurors were asked about on Monday, May 5th, the first day of jury selection. Sources say Jordan's name was mentioned because of his association with Combs's ex, singer Ventura, who is expected to testify under her real name. Okay, so the reference to Michael B. Jordan, which some thought um, a lot of things, potentially he had something to do with um, all the things, right, that go on, that Diddy is on standing trial for. So he could have, it could have been anything that they wanted him to talk about. But apparently, what the deal is that he had a relationship or some sort of a relationship with Cassie. So that's where he fits into the subject matter. All right. So Ventura sued Combs, which we know this part, in November 2023, accusing him of sex trafficking and domestic violence, which precipitated dozens other accusers filing suit against the mogul. Ventura's suit was settled the day after it was filed. In her complaint, Ventura mentioned that in 2015, she began a flirtatious relationship with an actor. So, sounds like that actor was none other than Mr. Michael B. Jordan. Okay, so that's where Michael B. Jordan fits into this whole situation. Now, I feel like there's more to this article, but for some reason I am not able to scroll. That's weird. Okay. So let's move on. So at least we know the context in which they were putting how Michael B. Jordan fits into this whole thing. Okay, now let's talk about a potential juror that was scrapped because she thinks Diddy can buy his way out of jail. That's interesting because I think if he could, he definitely would have bought his way at least to bond. It seems like he would have at least gotten himself a bond by now. One prospective juror in Sean Diddy Combs' trial was dismissed after telling the judge she believed the mogul could possibly buy his way out of jail. The admission was made on the second day of jury selection, during which potential jurors are screened on Tuesday, May 6th, in federal court in Manhattan. Diddy has a lot of money, this is in quotes. Diddy has a lot of money to use at his discretion and possibly buy his way out of jail. Juror 48, a woman, said in court. When U.S. District Judge Arun Subramanian asked the woman what she meant, she responded by saying, "I don't know how to explain it." The prospective juror also said someone once attempted to R word, grape her, and appeared to criticize the police response. The cops could do a lot more, but there's only so much you can. Okay. And this is in quotes. The cops could do a lot more, but there's only so much you can, she said. Just got to have a clean slate about everything. The woman was subsequently dismissed. Combs is charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution and has pleaded not guilty. The Bad Boy Records founder was arrested in Manhattan and indicted in September 2024. On the first day of jury selection, Combs, now sporting gray hair, told the judge he was a little nervous and was granted a 2-minute bathroom break. Potential jurors were also asked if they were familiar with celebrities like Kanye West, Michael B. Jordan, Mike Myers, and Kid Cudi, though that doesn't necessarily mean any of them will testify. Also mentioned was Cassie or Cassandra Cassie Ventura, Combs's ex, who is set to testify under her real name. Sources told People that Jordan would not be called to testify at the trial and confirmed that his name was mentioned because of a brief former relationship with Ventura in 2015 that she referenced in a lawsuit. The indictment centers around alleged freak offs, which prosecutors claim were elaborate and produced ex performances organized by Combs involving women they say were forced or coerced and male ex workers. If convicted, Combs could potentially spend the rest of his life in prison. In the months since his arrest, Combs has been behind bars, having been denied bail 3 different times. In the previous reading about Michael B. Jordan, I left off here. In her complaint, Ventura mentioned that in 2015 she began a flirtatious relationship with an actor, left off right there. So when Combs found out, Ventura alleged he, in quotes, called the actor and threatened him. Ooh, okay. All right. So he's really fitting into the picture now. And he could testify, uh, or at least be called to. So, sources confirm that the actor referenced in the lawsuit is Jordan, Michael B. Representatives for the center's star did not respond to a request for comment. Okay, so in an article from April the 30th, 2025, that talks about basically everything to know about Diddy's sex trafficking trial, from freak offs to a key witness. So that was April 30th. That was before a lot of things had started to come out uh, as far as the jury selection is concerned. So there is one commenter that says, I hope he get what he deserves. Another commenter says, so this is going to be the battle of the Nepo attorneys. Or I think that's a question. So this is going to be the battle of the Nepo attorneys. And then someone else says, love that now he has, no, love that now he was a swinger. Yet the other day, he wasn't responsible because he was under the influence of drugs and alcohol. Guess the defense is throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks. Unfortunately, it's in federal court, so no cameras allowed. I would also love to know what that plea deal was. Okay, another commenter says only poor people take plea agreements. It's how prosecutors ring up conviction rates. Only poor people, huh? And then someone else said somebody paid the diddler. And someone else says this is extremely disturbing. And then someone else says, dude, sit down. You're good at it. Dude, sit down. You're good at it. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Okay. Someone else says Weinstein is in court now. Can't wait for the Diddy. No. Duffy? Who is Duffy? Weinstein is in court now. Can't wait for the Duffy to get his. Duffy. Okay. Maybe they call Weinstein Duffy. I don't know. Or maybe they're talking about Diddy. I don't know. Hope next person, next comment. Hope the trial is on TV. And then the next person says, I totally disagree. Televised trials let the public see what actually goes on in the courtroom as well as the evidence presented. What wrong with that? Hmm. Okay, I'm quite understand what that comment means. Have to see if it comes to me. Okay, then the last commenter says, Jay-Z, watch the space. Dominoes are falling. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So that's all I have right now for this Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs update. And if you haven't already, please, please, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Um, Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next update. Bye bye.